Chapter 6052. Maria said, I have discussed this issue with Mr. Wade, and we have reached a consensus on this issue. Mr. Wade does not know how to practice the preface to the scriptures. That's good. Sister Sun breathed a sigh of relief and said, right now, as long as Mr. Wade doesn't go to Shawanda Mountain and doesn't touch the 9 mysterious scriptures preface, he can basically avoid the crisis. Maria asked her, the crisis you are talking about is Meng Changsheng, right? Yes. Sister Sun nodded. It's Meng Changsheng, your master. Maria asked again, he is really not dead? Sister Sun thought after thinking for a while. She replied, dead, but not completely dead. Once the time is right, he can be reborn. Maria nodded and said, it seems that he really wants to cultivate a dragon-level body for himself, so that he can seize the body for himself. That's right. Sister Sun was not surprised that Maria could see through this layer. She nodded and said, although Meng Changsheng was lucky enough to live for 1,000 years, that was the ultimate achievement that he could achieve given all the opportunities. Well, even if he was reborn 10 times, he would not be able to live longer than 1,000 years. If he wanted to aspire to heaven, he must possess the Dragon Ascension style. And he could not change his fate, so he found another way and planned to customize one for himself. With his thousands of years of cultivation experience, if he really has the physical body of Shenglong, it will no longer be difficult to conquer the heaven. Maria asked her, as long as Mr. Wade doesn't go to Shawanda Mountain, no matter how hard he is, with the determination in the 9 Mysteries Scriptures preface, he can't threaten Mr. Wade? Sister Sun shook her head and said, I can't confirm this at the moment. But this is the best thing I can think of at the moment. That's a good idea. Maria nodded lightly, and then asked Sister Sun, who are you? Who is behind you? Sister Sun smiled and said, I'm sorry, Miss Lin, I can't answer this question for you. Maria asked in surprise, why? Instead of hiding and secretly helping Mr. Wade, you might as well have a face-to-face chat with him. Maybe both parties can find a new direction to eliminate warriors Den and Victoria as soon as possible. Sister Sun, she smiled and said, the time is not yet ripe right now. When the time is ripe, we will naturally explain everything face-to-face with Mr. Wade. After saying that, Sister Sun added, I also hope that Miss Lin will not take the time to tell Mr. Wade about this meeting matter, because we can only help Mr. Wade better in the dark. Once we go to the light, not just us who are exposed, but Mr. Wade may also be exposed. After Maria was silent for a moment, she asked tentatively, is Butler Tang one of yours? Are you the former subordinate of Mr. Wade's parents? Sister Sun smiled slightly and said seriously, Miss Lin, I really have no comment on these questions. And you don't need to guess our identities, because once our identities are exposed, it will only bring unnecessary trouble to Mr. Wade. After saying that, Sister Sun added, please I also ask Ms. Lin not to tell Mr. Wade about our meeting. He should focus on how to improve himself now. There is no need to waste your cultivation and how to deal with Victoria on us. Maria nodded lightly, don't worry, I won't tell Mr. Wade. For Maria, she didn't want Charlie to be too distracted. Otherwise, she wouldn't have carried herself to Chixia Temple alone. So she asked, if Mr. Wade cannot practice the mental determination in the 9 Mysteries Scriptures preface, then how can he improve his strength? I often hear Mr. Wade lament that he never has a complete set of mental skills to cultivate. It is difficult and slow to improve one's strength. Aunt Sun said helplessly, we don't have any good suggestions on this point. We can only rely on Mr. Wade's own luck. At this point, Aunt Sun said with some regret, if Mr. Wade had left the Xifang Baozhuang behind, it might have been of great help to his cultivation. The Xifang Baozhuang integrates the cultivation and wisdom of the ancient sages and is a rare top-level magic weapon. If he can gain some insights from it, maybe he will suddenly become enlightened.